It is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Which is
So
November
it's Thanksgiving Eve.
26th, which is also the day that Stranger Things comes back out.
Yes, it's on.
Is it on?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Son of a gun.
Careful.
Got your headphone.
Good girl.
Oh, come here, Megs. But the topic today is It. Welcome to Derry.
Episode 5.
5 of 8.
Episode 5.
What was the title?
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know either.
The title.
That was creepy.
That was scary.
I
He
wanna,
does such a good voice.
I want to go out on a limb and just say, so far, I think this is the best episode.
I could probably agree with that. I have a hard
So
time.
far.
Well,
They've all been so
comparable.
good, I don't know.
I'm not saying that as if to say that the others have been bad. It's just that this was really good.
This was
was
another
very
really
good.
good episode.
Well, we got something in this
There were a
episode
couple of things
that
that you've been wanting.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
There were a couple of
Absolutely.
things.
felt like what's the word I'm looking for?
Payoff. They
Yes.
had the payoff finally.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect way to think about it.
Yes.
This episode
Nailed it.
started with a lot of jumping around too.
It did. Yeah, it
like in the
started-
first
Yes.
5 minutes, you jumped
All
between
over
like
the
3
place.
groups.
Well, started with Halloran. Finish up his shining on what's his name?
Daniel.
Thaniel. Is it
I
Daniel or
just call
Thaniel?
it in my head. He's
T-A-N.
Yeah, but in my head he's Daniel because it's just easier. There's no other Daniels.
Are you appropriating
Yeah.
Indian culture now? What is
No,
wrong
if
with
I
you?
if I named my son Daniel, that would be appropriate.
I don't know. Well, if you don't accept their name, you know what I mean? That's
That's true.
It's almost worse.
Either way.
But it's too hard to say Daniel.
My name is, so someone comes up, tells you his name's Kemosabe. Oh, whatever, Bill. Get over it.
Oh, that's appropriation.
Well, that's their name. It's not my fault.
Kimosabi.
Kemosabe. Anyway, yeah, they open on
Spit my wallet.
Halloran, finishing up with Taniel. And
Yeah.
Daniel's a little messed up. He,
So is Halloran.
oh yeah, that must take a I don't know what kind of toll, but it must take a heavy one.
one.
Come here, Mike.
Yeah, it's much different than The Shining in The Shining. You know what I mean? It was not really any stress on him in that.
I think that maybe the stress manifested in a different way in The Shining.
Well, like we talked about in that last episode, like he had never done anything like that before, where he's like
Right.
reaching into somebody's mind and ripping stuff out.
And he was physically taxed by it.
I like
Daniel
the hand
was
thing's fun.
Daniel said that he was like, had been violated, kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
he kind of was.
Yeah.
But that's not till later.
Whoa.
Oh, something else happened.
No, I'm saying like he doesn't tell. He doesn't
Oh,
tell
yeah,
us that
yeah.
night.
No,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But that's a pretty quick scene, and
Yes.
then they jump right into Margie in the hospital bed.
Yes.
And that was very good because they get it right out of the way.
Yeah.
That I told them you were trying to help me and everything. So Lily's good because I was
Yeah.
worried about her going to Juniper Hills.
that was a real like good way to like quash that really quick.
And Marge had a great turnaround, a 180.
Surprisingly, the injuries were not as bad as I thought they should
Yeah,
be.
we thought the eye was like gone, and like her eye might actually be like
yeah.
But like I
repairable.
said, the way her eye was looking and she's like hacking at it and stuff, there's no way she could have really.
Which again is
Yes,
probably some part of it was
If,
like
if Lily hadn't knocked her down with
Yeah.
that bandsaw, she was going to cut into her face. I mean, that would have been
that
really
would have
bad.
been really bad.
it was some part of it was like the it vision where it probably looked a little worse to us than it actually was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It Vision. That would be a good. That would be good. Like a good VR experience, wouldn't it be?
It Vision.
Yeah.
It Vision.
Dairy
What is-
Vision.
Da-
You could be in Derry.
Wouldn't that just be like a farm?
Well, not
It'd be
dairy
called
farm. I mean,
Dairy
Derry.
VR. We all float down here.
Good one. Come up with
Is
this.
it? It's Derry, Maine, right? It's Maine.
Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maine.
but it's fictitious. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we
Maine
get
Island, but
we
it's
get that
supposed
right
to be-
out of the way. So Lily's in the clear for this, and then we jump over to Shaw and Hanley talking
Yes.
about the pillars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So they kind of.
And we learned that the pillars are like physical objects. They're not like pillars.
Yeah, they're the shards of the. Was it a
Yeah,
star?
which
Are they
we-
saying star?
They said the thing that fell from the sky, the thing that he fell on or fell with, or
The Native Americans had called it a star.
yeah,
But
could be
it's
a
like the
meteor, could be
vehicle or
something
whatever
else.
that he came here in. Yeah.
Isn't there a backstory to that too, though? Like, wasn't he captured by like Tommy knockers or something? And
No. That
You
was.
sure?
No, but I mean, that is another alien craft like that crashed into the earth.
No, there's
It
a
was
theory.
similar-
I don't know. It might be in writing that he was actually a prisoner of them and escaped
well,
and ended up on Earth that way.
It's not in a Stephen King story.
Okay, I'm just.
it's just it's a theory.
telling you the word on the street.
Yeah.
Sometimes
No,
I
it's
go
interesting
I go
because
out to
it-
the street and get opinions, and that was one of the opinions, or multiple opinions.
It would make sense. I mean, I don't know how many different alien races there are out
Who
there.
knows, man? Who knows? But they talk about the pillars, and then we jump to another scene, and this is where I think the show picks up. I mean, because the first couple scenes were cute. You know, all right, we got it. But this is where the show gets real. And it's the kids
tower?
up in the tower
And
starting to talk, and they hear a cough.
Yeah.
And they look behind them, and the tent's there, which has always been there. I didn't notice it earlier, but the tent has always been there.
But it makes sense because that's where Maddie was. He was staying there even before he ran away.
It did make perfect sense. And all of a sudden, Maddie's head pops out from the tent, and you're like, oh, shit.
and he looks like
He looks like hell.
Didn't it almost look like a black and white character in a color movie? You know what I mean?
Kinda.
It was that gray.
Yeah, and
He was super gray.
The tent was positioned in such a way that it kind of reminded you of like a big top.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but the second time I watched, I noticed that there was a hammock in front of it, like a mesh hammock, and that was cut.
Watch it more than once.
Yeah, well, I got to try to get my details right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to screw around here anymore.
I did. I watched it twice.
So
So what were you saying? Oh, the hammock.
the hammock was actually, you can see where the rope for the hammock was actually cut. So it was on
What's
the
the
ground.
key around his neck?
I don't know.
Did he have that before he died? I was wondering. I don't know. I don't remember, and I didn't go back and look or
remember
anything.
either.
But he has a key around his neck, and it didn't come into play.
Right, at all.
No.
No, I didn't see anything.
I
about
thought
that.
maybe he was going to unlock the grate when they got to that grate in the sewer at the end. It's jumping ahead, but-
right. But, yeah, that was really a jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Jesus,
So
What are you doing?
So they're in
wrong
the
with you?
tower.
They're in the tower, and they're going back and forth trying to figure out why he's there, how he got there, who's still alive, who's not alive.
Yeah, he says Phil is alive.
And it's bait, like
Yes.
yeah.
because he tells them like everybody but him and Phil are alive,
Right.
and even then it's
Wait,
like
Wait, no,
Phil
everybody
was,
but him and Phil are dead.
or yeah, I'm sorry.
Except the girl, the girl survived for a
Phil's
little while.
sister?
He's saying she only had one arm, but
but
you
now she's gone.
You can tell, and I kind of knew in that moment that wasn't him. You know what I mean?
I wasn't 100%
I
sure.
was like 95%. I'm like, there's no way. There's
Well,
no way.
I'll tell you what.
I didn't know that what was going to happen later,
Right.
but I wouldn't have trusted him so readily as they do. But they're kids, and you trust other
and
kids.
the glee that he took in describing how these kids died, it almost like he was excited by just to scare the shit out of the other kids by saying they're telling him the stories. Yeah.
So the one thing I'll tell you is just seeing him didn't tell me that it wasn't him, but he said something that was like, "This doesn't seem right for you." He said the thing about the creature only doing stuff during the night,
The nighttime,
and he was,
right.
like not doing stuff during the day. And I'm like, between all the movies and the occurrences in the
Yeah,
show,
that's true.
Stuff happens all the time. It's
But
not
I'm
day-night
wondering if
specific.
it
I
came.
did think of that when he said it, now that you mention it, and that isn't true. So that was him
Right.
leading them to thinking they're safer to go in now during the day.
Plus, that was their theory in a previous episode.
right.
Yeah, they actually today she mentioned he might be a vampire. Yeah,
Oh,
that was like in episode 2 or
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
They talked about that in the tower.
yeah.
And the only thing I thought when I heard him say that was either he's wrong or he's lying. Like there's no part of that that's true. It's just a question of
Right.
is it intentional or did he just slip away so he's telling himself he's not operating during the day.
Right. But yeah, they all ended up. This is him. Got to be him.
Yep.
And
So
he
they ain't trusting
says,
him.
no police, no nothing. Even though he says, I'm not going back down there either.
Right. He does say that, but then he doesn't want the
he
police to
says-
go back to his house.
He does say the thing though that they end up like turning around on him and he's like, I would sooner go back to the sewers than go home. At which point they say
Lily ends up using that against
she's
him.
like, all right, fine, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So we go from there to the Indian Council.
And that was big. There was a lot of
A lot
stuff
of information in there. Yeah.
there. The girl,
They knew about the cycle being close to over and talking about how so far it had been tame
The
relative
death
to
rate.
like 35 and 08, they said.
right? And then the younger girl there, who seems to me they have like, I think Rose was like the keeper of the stories and stuff, and now I think that young girl is who
She's training.
You know
to
how
be
they
that
said,
person.
well, we're the keeper or whatever they called her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think they were giving her, she's the one that's going to carry on that spoken tradition and stuff.
Right.
And she ends up saying something about like an augury, but it's like a big mass casualty type event.
Right, that usually ends the cycle.
Yeah.
So they're saying that it hasn't happened yet. But like
So I'm assuming we're going to get something good at the end.
But we start to get the ramp up for the like they talk about their plans for Neibolt. You know, the
army?
The army, and so when that ends up like going through, that sort of gave me like foreshadowing confirmation, right? Like, oh yeah, there's a big thing that's got to happen, and then like, you know what I mean? Like all the
And-
yeah.
What the hell was that special effect you just did? What was that noise?
I thought that was a trombone.
Was that what I was?
They plus I don't remember when it happens exactly, but I think it's the general says that Neibolt Street has the sewers under it, but that they lead to all
Every
of the
pillar.
pillars, which is weird. I wouldn't
I
expect
think
that
he
to
was
be the
telling
case.
Hanley that at the beginning meeting. But from where the Indians were meeting, they go to the Shawshank bus.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
So that's
Now
Now, whose father is this that comes
That is
out of the
two-
crowd?
The two kids that got killed.
Phil and his sister?
Yeah, it must be the two because they said the two kids. Yeah, they were the two.
Okay,
kids.
so I wasn't sure
That got
whose
killed.
parent that was.
And I looked it up, and the timeline is the exact same time of the when Shawshank Redemption was happening.
Oh, really?
So
That's awesome.
if they made it to Shawshank, those two characters would actually be in the facility at that time.
that's cool.
So I mean, it'd be curious. It'd be interesting to see them actually make it to Shawshank at some point. And
Yeah.
have those guys be there.
Well, and
That'd
or
be something.
it sort of makes sense what happens because of them not being there in
Right.
Shawshank.
And then,
What do you guys have next?
where do we go from there? So,
The
One other part about the Shawshank bus was Charlotte was there. She wanted to talk to Hank. And as they were loading him up after the incident with the father, she looks in the window and sees
Something like
like
that
a prison
freaking out.
guard sweating his ass off. And he does not fit in the same unit. He doesn't look the same as the
he's
ones that
just
are
smiling
outside.
and being a creep.
Well, and then he smiles. He's got the gigantic buck teeth.
yeah.
And then
So
like,
you're like,
the bus
all
passes
right.
and then he's gone.
He's gone. Yep. And from there, we go to when Rose
goes to see the general.
Shaw, and she wants to see Thaniel because they found out at their meeting that he was being held there.
Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Thaniel. Damn it.
You'll get there.
It's amazing that I remember any of these
Yeah,
names.
that was pretty close, actually.
That was pretty close.
So, yeah, she goes to see him, and she had gotten the shard.
yes.
Or are
the,
you talking
the one
wait,
weapon they made.
First, she goes and sees the general.
Yeah, she goes to talk to him first
Yeah.
and kind of gives him the rundown of what's going on. He's kind of pissed that she's got her.
And they're being
Thaniel
pretty
there.
honest with each other.
Yeah. And then she wants to go see him.
Now I'm really
And
curious.
he tells her pretty much that he doesn't say we want to weaponize it, but he says we want to contain
Imagine
it.
if we-
And she's like, you can't put a leash on this.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
she knows what he wants to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's not a huge shock because it's always what happens when like
With the
governments try
military?
to do stuff when like you know there's a monster involved. Hey, let's put it in and then drop it down on places and blah blah blah.
That makes
Monarch.
sense. Yeah, exactly.
Or Hiroshima.
Whoa.
It was a bomb,
Whoa,
dude.
that's
Yeah,
too
that's what
soon.
they wanna
bro.
do with these
Way
things.
too soon.
Too soon, yeah. Too soon.
What are you doing?
A few more years.
It's okay. I'm just the affected party.
Oh, here we go. Well, anyway, so she ends up going to see Thaniel.
Well, but before that, with the general,
Right.
there was like a moment where he kind of reveals something, and I'm really curious to see if they like go into this further. So he talks about how he's like, I wasn't 100% honest with you. He's like, I had an experimental procedure several years ago where
Like you got
everything
drugged or
came
something?
back to me.
Right.
And
They did give
I'm
him a
like,
drug to do
like,
that.
what is this? What was the reason that the government even wanted to give you this drug?
So maybe we'll see that in a flashback or something before the end of this.
But
this
like,
series.
I just heard that, and I just thought to myself, what's the motivation behind that?
Or that could even happen in like 1935.
Maybe when he's like,
You know what I mean?
when
That
he's
could
older.
happen when when he joins the military. That would make more sense than experimenting on a general, actually. I mean, you know.
That would be a new recruit.
Yeah.
Right, but again, we got to know like what's the reason? Like, did somebody hear something about a fear agent and they're like, "Hey, let's test the drug on people"? And by the way, it just unlocked a bunch of memories.
Yeah, the military does all kinds of shit like that. In the real world.
Oh boy,
Experimental stuff.
let's take it easy.
Okay, well.
I'm not trying to have a podcast.
And then Rose
conspiracy
ends up
theory.
going to see. She goes and gets the shard,
Well, she has the shard already.
She
when
had
she-
hidden
and,
it.
and then
Right.
they let her see Tanya, like you
Yeah.
were saying.
and she
She's like,
lies
"Oh,
and
you
says they know that you are the only one that can use this.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, she's given it to him to protect himself, and she tells him that.
Yeah.
Keep it with you. And,
Yeah.
you know.
And then, well, that's,
And
that's
yeah,
another funny
yes,
story.
that drives me crazy. But yes, okay. So she gives him the shard. That one guy really doesn't want him speaking Native American.
No,
to each
obviously.
other.
I mean, it makes sense. He doesn't know what the hell they're saying to
English.
each other.
Yeah.
Do you speak it?
So he ends up yoking the shard from him. He's like, nope.
I'll
He's
take
not.
that.
I'll hold this until we need it.
And then do we go from there to where Lily's talking to the lady from Juniper
Mrs.
Hills?
Kirsch.
Mrs. Kirsch it
Mrs.
is
Kirsch,
now.
It turns out,
And
yeah.
her husband is a freak now.
Wow.
I just want to say this now.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying that I knew anything before this episode, but the second I saw the husband, I knew exactly who Kirsch was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've had some like debate up till now about like, oh, maybe she's like related to it or this or that. what we find out about her at the end of the episode, I called that in my mind.
I didn't get that.
As soon as I saw the husband and their relationship,
I didn't get that till they paid it off in the show. I didn't realize
Done.
that was coming.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he is a nutcase though.
But also she was a very pretty married white woman.
Yes, but she is Mrs. Kirsch.
Yes.
And so she must be the same lady from the movies then.
Well,
But in the movie, it is Pennywise.
Pennywise as
it's
her.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know, but
Which is probably what they were setting us up for. They want you to think like, oh, there's a connection, but really it's just
she's
like
still, even though now that something else changes at the end of the episode,
there's
like
nothing
you
that says she could
I
still be connected
she's
later.
very unsettling to me. I feel like there's still going to be something else happening with her, but maybe
She's cute.
not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She seems a little concerned about Lily too. Honestly.
yeah,
She
well,
did.
that's
I
her
was,
job.
I was paying attention because of what Maddie had said. The way he was saying, "No cops, no cops," and she was being very. She didn't say anything like that. She didn't try to get her into any danger, and she actually said, "Don't go down there with those friends. No matter what, don't go
did.
down there." So
That's another telltale sign that
She
she's
at
not,
least-
definitely not like herself aligned with.
she's
the
at
thing.
least looking out for Lily, if not for all the kids.
Yep.
And then we go from there. Then Will.
I gotta stop having coffee before
At
this.
this point, though, and we didn't mention this, Will and his parents moved back to the base.
Oh yes,
They're back on base. So Will's talking to his mother, and he's like, "I want to go to see my friends." So he ends up.
No, yeah, he says, "I want to just walk
Wanna
around the
take a
base,"
walk.
because now he's out of
Explore
Derry.
things.
He's
Yes,
out of
yes,
Derry.
yes.
But
that
we
is correct.
know.
Yeah. So
And his mother doesn't keep very good track on him, considering he
clearly.
almost got killed.
Why didn't you just use his phone and ping him? You know what I mean? See where he's at.
So he takes off, and he gets to. He actually shows up at the tower just as they're about to leave to go into the sewers themselves.
Yep.
And their kids are
the
like,
mommy's little helper
he goes,
net
"What'd they
together."
miss?" He's like, "You don't want to know." Was that
wanna
Richie
know.
say that?
Yeah,
you don't want
That
to
kid's
know.
hilarious.
He cracks me
Oh
up.
my god, he's a good actor. That
Yeah,
kid.
he's funny.
And then the military ends up going to Neibolt.
They go
right after
first,
that.
yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That was my little my terrible sound earlier, but that was like them kind of like going like in full force to Neibolt with
And they have
like
a
an
cover
army.
story.
They have
I mean, there's a cover
but
story of a
there's-
gas main leak.
Yeah, their story's terrible.
Well,
Oh yeah,
it's good
gas leak. There's a gas leak, but there's 85 military trucks
but
outside.
it's good
that
enough for
house.
the 1960s.
Yeah, people were a little more naive.
Yeah, we didn't have the
Were they, though?
internet. They didn't have the internet then.
Yeah,
All
but-
they got was what was on TV.
Do you think that the internet made people smarter?
No,
Not smarter, no.
just question mark.
But they got to see a lot more TV now than they used to. So
Yeah, that's very true.
they see CSI and stuff.
That is very, very true. And I like it. And it was very true to form. I mean,
So-
they recreated Neibolt out. It was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the military, no matter what like horror movie, the military always thinks they have everything covered and they never do.
It's all under control.
Yeah, they think they have it all played. This can't go wrong.
Well,
and it
also-
always goes wrong.
And then also there's like a terrible foreshadowing moment where they like sort of prep all the guys that are going to go in and under and say, anything you see that you don't expect to see here, shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Just shoot.
But that is good. That is good advice, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until-
They don't
until
mess
it
with your
isn't.
brain.
Yeah, but it's still good advice.
So
it wasn't so good
They
for.
get down in the sewers and they're walking around, and the first problem they run into is Halloran.
Yeah.
He starts hearing a voice. I'm assuming it's his grandmother's.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they all start splitting up.
That's where the problem is,
Yeah.
because they
Well,
were
because
kind of
there's 13
together.
directions to go, so.
Well, were they all, I thought they were all staying together and doing one at a time.
Yeah, I didn't see
That'd
them
be
like.
smart.
I didn't see branching, even though there would be. If it goes to all the pillars, there's
Yeah.
got to be branching off.
Well, there's one area where they're jumping into some water. It's like knee deep,
Yeah,
waist deep.
if
maybe.
that.
There's shit
Well,
everywhere.
knee deep at the
Right,
moment. Yeah, yeah.
right. So everyone's jumping in, walking through, jumping in, walking. Then Halloran gets to, jumps in and just falls like into an ocean.
That was a cool shot from below too, where
that
you
was
see him in
cool
the
when you
really
see him,
deep
and
water.
there's nothing around him but water.
And then we get some cool Halloran backstory.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well,
yeah.
and he ends up swimming up to the light,
Yep, swimming up to the
and
surface.
it is the bathtub in his grandparents' house.
Yep. And so we find out that Grandma had The Shining too.
Yep.
If it hadn't already been like implied.
I think we kind of knew that. Though,
So,
from-
in the vein of don't believe what you're seeing, he's still in the sewer.
yes,
This is a hallucination of his grandparents'
Correct.
house.
Yes.
Potentially.
But I'm assuming that is what happened.
Is Pennywise power? He can teleport people. Do we know anything about?
Well,
Well, that's what I mean. He didn't.
I have sort of a question about the end based on some of that scene, and I'm not entirely clear. Maybe you guys picked up on it better.
Let's
than
wait
me.
till we get to the end.
Yeah. But that's why I can't definitively say, oh yeah, that's 100% a hallucination.
Right.
But that's probably what it was.
Well, while Halloran, he gets out of the tub and he's disoriented, and his grandmother walks in, starts talking to him, and then there's a pounding on the door, and his grandfather walks in.
And his grandmother tells her he's coming for you or something.
And he's carrying a box.
It's not the first time she said that, though.
chain around.
She said the thing about he's coming for you before. But I think at the time that I thought it was
Pennywise too,
but
yeah.
it might have been.
Well,
Grandpa.
this is Grandpa is probably Pennywise.
He's got the box and he's got a glizzy.
He does, yeah.
Oh, I loved
glizzy. Well,
he's got a gap.
It appears that his grandfather's only mission is to get Halloran to open this box.
What a rotten, mean guy, though. So this is what he grew up with.
I'm assuming that's got to be how he was really like.
In the vision or hallucination or whatever, his grandfather's like, oh, you guys are talking to each other in your heads. And he's like,
I don't need to have the thing to know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they know you're talking to each other type of thing.
The box, though, the box that he has, Halloran clearly is like, how did you get that? That's supposed to be like buried or whatever.
But the grandfather says, let him out. You know that?
I didn't
catch that.
Yeah, I didn't either the first time, but he says, let him out. So I don't know, but he does in the scene. There is a lot of flashing back and forth.
Yes.
But by the end of that scene, the grandfather pops it open.
The lock pops open, and the box. So there's a light coming out of the box.
That's the very last thing at the end of the episode.
Freaks out.
Right. Well, that happened.
There's a lot more after that.
That happened during the scene.
That was the end of the bathroom scene.
I thought that the last thing they showed was the box unchained. With the light coming
right.
out.
The very end is another shot of the box.
Oh yeah, but they showed it during that scene with the grandfather too.
I just remember seeing the light in that scene.
Oh, I think I remember when he was holding it in his hand.
I thought the chain was just snapped, but the box hadn't opened yet.
Right,
and then at the end, they show it open with the light.
You could be right. I'm not 100%.
He's probably not.
Probably. Yeah. Let's have a vote. You're wrong.
Down. But another cool scene right after that, the soldiers are back in the sewer looking for Halloran, and they can't find him. They're like, where the hell could he have possibly gone? So maybe he did teleport somewhere.
That's true, because that's true. He's not there, but unless they're not seeing him because they're also being manipulated.
He could also just be swimming
and
in
they
shit.
also saw something. They saw a finger come out of the darkness.
And then it was like
that was cool.
That was a payoff from the previews, or the first season, I think, showed some previews from the rest of the season. Yeah. And they showed a zombified Uncle Sam who pops out of the wall.
Yeah, I want you.
Yeah, and he comes and he goes after him, and they didn't get their guns up in time, so they're goners. Yeah. Oh my God.
And now when this is all happening, Hanlon and his buddy, do you remember his buddy's name? The Italian guy? Is it Russo?
Russo, I think, yeah. Okay.
They're up ahead of everybody else.
Right.
So they're still looking around. And can we go to that then? So first thing happens where his wife comes running up to him? Right. Or did you want to hit something else first?
Well, before that happens...
The kids have to get in there, too.
Because we didn't talk about Ronnie's father escaping yet either.
No, and Taniel escaped from the military.
Yeah, he dropped his...
That was a big... That turned out to be huge.
He ran like a chicken, and the very first thing he does is drop the shark.
I don't think it was like a chicken. I think it was by design. I think he ran because he was setting the military up to get massacred. That's why he kept that thing on him.
He was so afraid that he dropped the shard without even knowing he dropped it.
I didn't even think about that. Maybe they were hoping that this would be the event that ends the cycle.
Right. Yeah, getting those guys down in the sewer.
Who, Native Americans were thinking?
Yeah. So it would be done.
I think that's exactly what happened. Is he was saying when him and Rose were talking, I think that was their plan to get rid of the military.
I don't think so, because she gave that to him to protect him. For him.
Yes,
just him.
But once the cycle's
why would he run though?
Because he's scared to death, just like everybody else down there.
But once the cycle's over, he can always go back and get it. Like, it'll still be there.
Oh, it isn't there anymore.
Wow, I mean...
Well, that one military guy starts popping caps at him.
Right.
He's like blasting. I'm like, holy shit, what's he doing?
So he ran.
He did run.
So he's afraid.
Yeah, that was weird, though.
I don't think...
That guy was shooting him, like, to kill him.
We'll find out.
And he shot about 50 rounds off.
I think we'll find out, but I think he ran to set him up. That's my opinion.
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah. And then...
The kids.
The next scene is the kids and taking the happy medication.
Yes.
3 each. That's a lot.
Each.
Oof.
Now, do we know? Because I kind of noticed as this scene was playing out that the kid, the one that had come back from the dead, Maddie, he seemed very lucid while everybody else was kind of trippy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Do we notice? Did he take him?
That's what I'm wondering. Did he take him?
Either he took him, and it didn't affect him because of the reveal. But
if we see him take them or not.
All right.
But after they did the one cool scene with them all being affected, but then it kind of wore off, and then it really didn't have any effects.
Quickly, yeah, that was fast.
Which it wouldn't have really been.
I wouldn't have thought
they would have probably all been asleep in the sewers.
In the sewers, knocked out.
And shit.
Yeah, oh, that's
But
disgusting.
it was
But
funny because the kids are all like slow mo.
Basically,
Are you feeling
Mm-hmm.
this?
Yeah, and uninhibited. Like,
And
are we
then-
holding hands?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Richie
yeah,
goes, "You want to
Richie
hold
and
hands?" And she goes, "Okay."
Your hands
Yeah, it
are
was pretty
really
funny.
soft, like a cat's tummy. That's a weird thing to say.
And then, when the other kids turn around, they're like, "Are you guys holding hands?" And Marge goes, "No." And Richie goes, "Yeah."
So that's a good moment in his life.
Oh,
right
he
there.
cracks me up.
Yep.
He's great.
And then we flash over to Russo and Hanlon, and that's when they see his wife running through the tunnel.
Yes. She comes running up, and she's screaming,
She's like zombified.
and Hanlon is screaming back at her.
Right.
And Russo's like, "I don't see anything. What are
Right.
you? What's
What are you
going
yelling
on?"
at?
So Hanlon shoots his wife. Actually, she
She
comes
starts
to.
transforming as she's lunging at
Yes,
them. Yes.
she's in the dark, and like his flashlight fails, like they all do.
of course.
And then her head does that cracking sideways type thing, and
yeah.
she's just gonna lunge at him, and he shoots her right in the head.
Pops a cap right in the dead center. That's a great shot.
That was good.
Great shot.
And then very similar to the movie one, when she's in the water, she ends up like motorboating away. She goes flying out of there really fast.
Motorboating.
Remember when that happens in the
Yeah,
movies?
I remember it. I don't know if that's how I would phrase it, but
What would you call it?
Speedboating.
speedboating.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a little better. It's faster. It's faster than motorboating.
Okay.
But she does. But before she does that, she has the little smile and the buck
Yes.
teeth again.
Yes.
You're like, son of a bitch, there again.
And then, as far as the way we're doing it right now, next would be when Will comes running up to him.
Yeah.
Right? He
Oh
comes
no! That's you're way ahead.
Oh, okay. So that's why I
the
wasn't
next
sure what we
part-
were
The
going to do.
reveal
'cause
happens
they
before
go
that
back
because
to
they're
the
running
kids.
away.
It kept skipping back and
Well,
forth.
they go
a
back
lot.
to the kids exploring the sewer, and they end up in a dead end area.
Yep.
And as they're in the dead end area, bodies start popping up out of the water of all the kids
yeah.
that
All the
were
kids,
killed.
yeah.
And then eventually,
So they're all dead.
Maddie jumps up on a platform.
Well, Maddie pops up out of the water. So now Maddie's standing over here, and his body comes up out of the water.
Did his body come up too?
His body
Yeah,
even come
it
up.
did.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I
now
didn't realize
one.
that.
all the kids know they're all dead.
Yeah.
And then that's when he starts going on the pole and singing that song about, was it about clowns?
I couldn't get the words. Could you understand what he was saying?
not really, but like
I was almost going to put it on closed captioning
Well,
just to
as
see what
he's
he was
spinning
singing.
spinning the pole, the back of his head starts opening up, and it looks like teeth.
Teeth, like the jaws, like those
Yeah.
Pennywise's mouth when
Yeah.
he gets the sharp teeth.
And he's spinning and spinning, and
That was really cool.
that was
a
pretty
good
cool
effect.
how they introduced him. Yeah,
now. So and then he eventually it's Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. You
Yep,
know,
full Pennywise.
exactly the look.
yeah, exactly the way he was in the movies.
Now, something that I wanted to like just point out real quick before we move on. Sorry,
What, do you want to slap the mic?
I did. Yeah,
nailed
it
it.
was kind of being
was a good
sassy
one.
with me. So a lot of times when we've seen Pennywise kind of pop up, like its form sort of changes based on the scenario. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're afraid of random drifters in the woods. Okay, so I'm a creepy drifter that crab walks.
right.
You're afraid of Uncle Sam. I change into Uncle Sam.
Or the priest for the
Mm-hmm.
Native Americans.
All of it. Right. What do you think makes it so its default form is Pennywise the Clown?
I think it's just his favorite.
I think
form.
it's for children
so?
too.
Yeah.
I think
Something I feel like is going to have to precipitate maybe in the later seasons where we're further back in time that
might
says,
find out
I
more.
want to choose this form, right? Because the other forms relate to the people it's dealing with, right? Have these kids seen Pennywise before? They have no knowledge of Pennywise, right?
true, but
So I'm just wondering,
clowns
like-
are pretty scary to get. If
True,
like
true.
a crazy
Just-
clown to
yeah,
a kid.
Just factually, though, I'm curious, like what they're
It's
gonna
been a
like.
long time
if
since
they're
I
gonna
read
tell
the
us
book. I can't remember
why
if he
that's the
addresses that
form
in the
that's the
book or not.
default.
Right.
there is some, like you would assume over the years things change.
Oh,
Like he finds a more and more
But
effective.
I know what you
forms.
were saying, where he's changing these forms. He sheds those skins apparently, and it ends up in the water system of the town. So they're all infected by something.
They said it sheds.
It sheds, and then it gets into the systems.
And
Yeah.
that's what's affecting everybody. That's what's making them all
Making them
act
all right,
oddly
exactly.
and everything. Yes,
Exactly.
That was in the.
I did hear that too.
That was in the military. Was talking about that. Right?
yes. Which
Well,
is why they like
or was
want
it
you to be
natives?
off.
The natives?
No, it was.
I don't know that.
Oh, me.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
Either way, it makes sense for the military because they're not in the town, so they're probably not like using that water
It,
supply.
might.
and they're
It probably
safe.
was the Native Americans.
I
It
think
probably
I don't
was.
remember exactly.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But when Pennywise is revealed,
he's
the
there.
kids lose their shit.
Yep.
And they're all like, they got out of there as soon as
So
They
so much
start
for
booking
the
it.
mommy's little helper pills.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I mean.
those
There was no
meaningless.
effect.
There was no
from that.
effect at all.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're all trying to get away from Pennywise, and,
And
Lily
Lily
ends
falls.
up falling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all keep running, and she's left by herself.
Right.
So
it takes her a long time to get up.
And she starts stumbling around for a while, though.
And I don't think it shows, it jumps from there because it doesn't show you what happens to Lily yet. Right. Then, right?
This whole episode was really back and forth a lot.
Much like the sewer tunnels.
Well, before we find out what happens with Lily, we go back to Hanlon.
And Will.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Hanlon and Russo are still walking through the tunnels, and then he sees his son running at him.
Yeah.
And then so we're all thinking, oh,
and he's going to shoot him.
Yeah, he's got his gun up.
And Russo says, wait,
Russo,
I can see him.
Right, I can see him too.
But
Here, I got a problem with this part
me too.
Yeah.
Because you're Hanlon, right? I'm Robert Russo was on his right like this. He's about to shoot his son. Why don't you just knock the gun up in the air?
That's exactly what I thought.
Instead
Like, why
he
would you get in
jumps
front of it? Smack the barrel.
I didn't. And he's trained.
Yeah,
I don't know why
I didn't understand that part either. I don't know. They
it works out good, and maybe they needed it because he is there at the end.
Right. So yeah, I don't know.
But I didn't think a
for him to do that would be stupid.
Yeah.
And even in any scenario,
it wasn't the smartest or most necessary decision.
And he wasn't upset at all.
No,
he's like, it's my time.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, he isn't like, you killed me, you son of a bitch, or anything. He's like, it's my time.
I think he knew because he pushed him. He put himself where he put himself.
He did put himself in the way, and he did save Will's life.
He did.
Yep.
So he went out a hero, technically.
Technically.
And then they hear something in the background, and
then all the kids are behind him.
Yeah, and Hanlon's like, all right, everybody get out of here. Everyone's get out of the
What are you guys doing here?
Right, get out. And that's when we go back to Lily. We go right back to Lily after that.
Wouldn't Hanlon... Wasn't he going to pick Russo up and carry him out?
He did pick him up.
He did.
So he did carry him out.
Yeah, he had him on his shoulders when they were walking out.
Okay. So he's dead.
Yes.
And the army has the body.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I would assume. Right. They didn't go past him. They didn't go past him carrying him in that one scene.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. So then we go.
We go back to Lily. And she's like lost on her own in the tunnel, and she's running back and forth. And this is another part I had a little problem with. She ends up at a dead end. So she can't go anywhere.
She turns around and she sees the silhouette.
Yep.
And at first, it's the silhouette is very clearly Pennywise, but as it like kind of comes out of the shadows, it's Dad again.
Yeah, she changes
form to her father, and then back to Pennywise.
And she is very clearly boned. Like, I'm sitting there, and as I watch this, I'm just
now, in a way,
finally, Lily's life has come to an end.
I thought she was, that's it, too. Well, and this was a really good way to save her. It was cool.
Well, the first thing they showed was the turtle on her charm bracelet. It was dead center on her wrist.
Yeah, I saw that.
When she put her arm up, the turtle, and I thought that's what was going to save her.
Maybe.
Oh, I didn't even think that was going to save her.
I thought it was.
But... Pennywise stops Dad almost like he's frozen.
Like his face was all
running,
discombobulated too,
and all that, and just he stops right there, and you're like, "What the hell happened?"
What just happened?
And you look down, and the glow of the shard.
Now,
which was great. It was a great way to save her life. But that is not where Daniel dropped the shard.
That's exactly what I was going to say. How the hell did it get on a dead end? Because he's running away.
Yeah, you guys watched this twice, so you might have to go back and look at it a third time. When he dropped it, and where he was running, that was rushing water. It was moving.
So water's not moving anywhere else.
Carried.
Right, but eventually, I'm saying like wherever it rushed, it stopped to where she was.
But
because where she stood, it was still.
Everywhere they were walking the whole show, it was just stagnant water.
Yeah,
as far as I saw.
Well, sometimes shit, flows.
That's the only thing I didn't like is that how did it end up there? Which I know they needed her to be cornered for that scene to work. So. And the shard was there, though, and that was really good. The way I was not expecting that. I'm like, oh, my God, she's going to die.
Yeah.
And the shard saves her life.
Yep.
And she's smart enough to pick it up.
Well, I mean, thank God she picked that thing up.
Well, when he starts backing away and doing the head cracking thing, like, you got something.
Yeah.
No, that's
she
true.
Sees the glow in the water and grabs it.
and then
that was awesome, though, really.
Like I said, I think it cuts back to the bathroom scene, and, like, the box is open with the light.
There's still more stuff that happens. We still got. We go back and paying over to Mrs. Kirsch again.
Yeah, she's going to
get in her car to drive away.
Oh yeah.
And then Hank's in the backseat.
I think that probably happened at some point, and we forgot to mention it.
No, that happens pretty late.
Right there?
Yeah, this is right there.
And then they just drive immediately. They drive to the woods.
Yeah, just keep driving. Drive to the woods, and she gets out, and he gets out, and then boom,
they embrace.
Make out city.
Not only embrace. Yeah.
Make out city. So now we know who the white woman is. Obviously.
Yes.
So they're going back and forth.
She tells him like there's checkpoints and
find somewhere to hide.
Let's go back to the house and hide. He's like, are you crazy?
And they both want to protect each other, which is nice. I mean, he's like, no,
absolutely.
So she it sort of cuts away and they don't show where he goes, but like she goes up to Hanlon's wife.
Yep, she goes to the base to see Hanlon's wife. Yep.
Yeah.
It says we have a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we know
that's
about
where
that.
They leave
that's where that storyline ended there.
The next scene is where Hanley and Shaw are talking again about like debriefing on the mission. And he's like, I don't want to talk right now. This is you've been through so much.
I just want to go see my family.
Yes, yeah. But what does he say before Shaw leaves? He says something to him on the way out the door.
He stops him and asks if Halloran got out.
Right.
And
he's like, if anybody could do it, it would be him. And then it
but he still hasn't reported back to the base.
Right, and it cuts back to him sort of walking out of the tunnel, and the outside looks a lot like where the kids went in. But
it looks to me like that's where it is.
Not convinced that it's real. Like it might still be up here.
I don't think so.
No, I think it was real.
I think he was out.
Well, he ends up seeing a soldier walking away from him.
Right,
and it turns out to be Russo.
And he looks like a zombie.
Well, it's a spirit. I mean, it's not him because he's got the body.
What do you mean a spirit?
It's like his spirit that left his body. I think he's just wandering the earth.
We've never had that before. Spirits wandering the earth.
That's why I didn't know if it was real.
This goes back to the box theory.
The box.
When his grandfather opens that box, that signifies that now Halloran can't control his shining, so he's starting to see everything.
Yeah,
every little aspect of his shining, he can see ghosts, he can see spirits, he can see everything that he was blocking out because of that lockbox.
So what's the him that he's talking about then?
As far as
his grandfather says, let him out.
I don't know.
That we don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
Or maybe it's a spirit that comes out of the box and takes over. No, it's not taking over Russo's body.
Or maybe it's him as far as letting his.
Well, we'll have to see because obviously there will be.
I was thinking that
there will be more with Russo.
Your full self instead of like the controlled version.
And it was a very controlled version because he talked about that with the little boy in The Shining. It was in that other movie. What was the other Shining movie?
Dr. Sleep?
Yes.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, he kind of goes over how you have to make a box and you have to contain certain things, and that was that box they're referring to.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a big connection there. So that they opened up his whatever he was trying to not have, he now has again. So it's going to be like a psychological torture for him to see every spirit and he can't control it. Well, true, unless he goes crazy.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't he just make another box?
Well, I don't know how long it takes to make a box, bro.
Is it a mental box?
I don't know, dude. Don't know.
We don't know all the rules.
I don't like the way you're telling me.
Well, we're going to find out if it's true.
I'm not enjoying this at all.
I'm sorry. That's facts are facts.
I don't like it. I'm going to close my eyes. Go ahead. Finish talking.
That's the end. That's where the show ends.
Yeah, that was good. So, all right. So you're saying Russo is a spirit of Russo
the spirit.
or something?
Just his spirit. He died. Now his spirit's out.
So that's like what would happen to anybody, but Halloran can see it now because, okay, we'll have to find out about that.
We'll see. We'll see if that plays out or not. But yeah, a fantastic episode. Holy crap, man. Loved it.
This was a lot. I mean, it was action all the way.
A lot of lore.
And it was very hard to tell. I mean, you had it pretty good, but I mean, I didn't keep track of every single scene.
I try to do that when I'm watching this, just to make sure we have the right order.
This had so much that I'm just like, let's just talk about everything.
Yeah, well, it's so hard to forget about it because it jumped around so much and you don't know when certain things happened in the show unless you keep track of it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, with Tim watching, we have to make sure our shit's together because I don't want to hear him say we're all disheveled and disoriented.
Well, this was disheveled a little.
Well, that's because of the show, though.
Little dishevelment.
You're always disheveled.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? But yeah, that was the show. I mean, holy cow! If you're not watching this, watch this. It's unbelievable how good it is.
3 episodes to go.
3 to go.
I'm mad that there's only 3.
That is upsetting. These 8.
There's no way. There's no way that they're not going to do more. I mean, this show's so good.
Yeah,
well, we'll definitely get 2 more seasons, but I mean, it'd be a year now until we get it.
I would take 3 more seasons.
Well,
Me too. I think
as long as it maintains this level of
unless they pull what was that?
Unless they marvel it.
Unless they pull Heroes. Remember how good the first season of that was?
I want the prehistoric season that deals with the thing crashing to the earth for the first time.
Sure.
I would love that kind of stuff. I mean,
of course, it'd be kind of lame initially because there'd be nobody around to do anything about it.
Yeah, the first few seasons of that.
Dinosaurs.
It'd be like you could do it like Prey though.
Oh, I never watched Prey.
That was great.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Prey, P-R-A-Y or E-Y?
E-Y, the Predator-related movie.
Predator movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But yeah, absolutely watch the show. We loved it. This is the 5th episode?
Yep.
5 fantastic episodes. I don't think there's one bad moment yet. It's been on point. Love it. Absolutely love it. Get on board.
Bye.
Thank you for watching 2 Studs and a Dud. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.